is the second Tuesday in July. It is 8 o'clock, and damn it, you know what that means, don't you?
Yeah.
It means the cancers are still turning up. But most importantly, we have arrived at another in black. Welcome, 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 welcome. I am the host tonight, Dre. Joining me from the top to the bottom is Peach, Donna, and Tim. Everybody say what's good to the people.
What's up, everybody? Welcome.
Hey.
It's
Welcome,
Hello,
going
hello,
to
welcome.
be
hello.
Hello,
to
hello.
be another dynamic show. We are excited. Before we get started, let's do some housekeeping. We have our I Am Me cruise coming up. Yep, that's what I'm talking about right there. That LGBTQIA sail away cruise coming March 4th through the 7th, 2027. And it is on the Virgin Cruise Lines Resilient Lady. We're going from Miami to Key West, from Key West to Bimini, from Bimini back to Miami. In other words, bring your bikini for Bimini. We're going to act a whole fool on this boat. You can book by calling Greater Travel Agency, numbers on the screen, or use that link right there. You can also click in the upper right hand side of our screen and you will see the IME QR code. You get $100 seller loop per cabin. You get $100 bar tab per cabin and classic Wi-Fi. And why do we not have prices? Because you won't choose which cabin your ass want to be in. Every cabin is a 21 and older spot, which means if you ain't grown, your ass can't come. Leave your kids home and come out and have a great time with us on the Resilient Ladies Fire and Sunset Soiree. Only on Virgin Cruise Lines. We are excited to be taking over this cruise line. Jump to the left-hand side of the screen, and as you see, we do have in black merchandise. We have mugs, we have t-shirts. They are for sale. Damn it, get one. If you don't have one, I got a problem with you. So it's time for us to actually make sure that next time we come on, we need to all have our mugs, and we're going to be sipping from our mugs and not our bottles. All right, in black's in the building. Peach, are we going to a video tonight, or are we going straight into the show? Going straight into the show. Let's make it pop. We are talking tonight about authenticity, being your unapologetic self, making sure that you understand that who you are is who you are, and what you've been created to be is what you walk in. But we're going to have some fun on tonight. So we want you guys that are watching to definitely jump on into the comments. If you bold enough, come on and ask to come up on the screen, and we'll bring you up on the screen and let you give your comments on tonight. But let's just jump right into the show then. The first question we have, what does being unauthentically me mean to you? We're going to go to Tim first.
What does unauthenticity mean?
Nope. What does being unauthentically me mean to you personally? Unauthentically.
It means dwelling in spaces where being authentically yourself might not end in the best result. So sometimes you have to leave your you have to push your authenticity to the side for professionalism, or in some environments, safety.
Good point. Good point. I like that. I
That's
like
my
that.
answer.
Donna, let's go to you.
Hey, that means there's only one me. Nobody can duplicate, copy, or clone. It's just me. I'm gonna be me. Like I said, I'm happy about who I am. Can't be changed, can't be rearranged, and can't be put down the drain. I'm myself. I'm me, and nobody can ever duplicate me. I'm one of a kind.
All right. All right. Peach, welcome to the panel.
To be
Unauthentically.
unauthentically me
Yes.
means that I have to be in character. I have to be in character to make everyone around me comfortable. That's what it means to be unauthentically me. Showing up as your representative instead of just being yourself, your awesome self.
I like
So
that.
that's my answer.
I like that word in that word play there. That's your
Me too.
representation. Yeah, that was sweet
Yeah.
there. For
Thank
I'm
you.
me,
not the leader.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm stealing it. For me, it's showing up in costume. I have on my mask, and my mask fits the environment that I'm in, and I wear my mask to make sure that people don't really understand or really know who I am. It also means blending for me because many times we're not our authentic selves when we're blending, trying to please the crowd or trying to be like the crowd. Trying to keep up with the Joneses, as my grandma would say. We're blending, so that's what it means for me. Just wearing that good mask, and as Peach said, allowing your representative to show up for you. Do you think everyone wears different versions of themselves, or is that inherently inauthentic? We're gonna go with Donna first.
You said something about somebody wearing
Do you think everyone wears different versions of themselves, or is that inherently inauthentic?
yeah, I think some people do. Do I? No, but I do think some people do because some people have to. Like sometimes when you at a job where you have to at least tone it down. Like if you're flamboyant or you're this and that, you got to be at a job. You probably have to tone it down, be professional at that job. But I think at one point in time, yeah, everybody has to have that mask on to like in certain circumstances or certain spots or certain places. So yeah, I think people do have to put that mask on, you know, because sometimes that's how the world is. That's just how society is towards us. So yeah, I think sometimes it has to be put on.
Tim,
Could you repeat the question?
do you think everyone wears different versions of themselves, or is that inherently inauthentic?
No, I think everyone does. LGBTQ, heterosexual, I think everybody does. Um, if certain people didn't do it, they wouldn't have a job or they wouldn't have a good standing in certain environments if they just showed up as their authentic self. Some of us are skilled and we apply ourselves to the politically correct agenda and the politically correct vernacular. But at the end of the day, that's not who we are when we clock out after work. So I think it's something that everybody does. I don't think it's just our community.
Right.
Okay. Peach?
I'm sure, and I don't think that you're not being authentically you for doing that. I think we're multifaceted people. We have different types of connections, and it's still us. Not everybody can connect with you on every level, so you have to only deal with them from the perspective that they're engaging with you in. So, like if you're with your partner, they're dealing with you on that level, excuse me, and whatever the dynamics is, the relationship dynamics, you're just dealing with a person on the level that they can deal with you. And I think that's still you're still being authentic. That's my answer.
Gotcha. All right. Y'all all took the same thing I was thinking. I do feel like there are times that I just can't be me. If I'm in the business meeting, I'm not going to show up as this, the same way I would show up to dinner. Um, I'm not going to be, and even if it's a business dinner, I can't show up as if I'm having dinner with my friends. So I gotta be, the CEO. I gotta wear the hat of the CEO. If I walk into a church, I gotta wear the hat of the apostle. As many times as I sometimes just want to be Dre, uh, once you take on a position, that position follows you, if not precedes you. So there's times that you just, I can't even just go for the word. you
Right.
know, it's always, oh, Apostle Harris is here, and I'll be like, oh, damn, here we go. Because sometimes I just want to chill. I'm not there to be seen or acknowledged. I just came to support. Um, Was there a specific moment that changed how you saw yourself? We're going to start with Peach.
All right, y'all. So get ready to laugh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
A specific moment that changed the way that I saw myself is the moment that I actually, my husband was a habitual cheater. So I made him cheat in front of me. Like, you're going to do this. If you can do this behind my back
Oh.
and DR, you're going to do this in my face.
Mm-mm.
And once I was actually able to see it for a bit, and then he asked me to get out the room, I said, Peach, why the fuck are you doing this? This is not even where you want to be. If you can put up with this anguish of trying to make it work with a body that you personally don't want, why don't you go through that anguish to just be who you are? Fight for who you are. Why settle and be in a box to make everybody else comfortable with you? It's pain either way. So I'd rather show up for myself than to make other people feel comfortable. And that was the uncomfortable moment for me. That is my answer.
I like it. Let's go to Tim.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Was there a specific moment that changed how you saw yourself?
When I left my hometown and I got out on my own in the world, and I saw how people reacted to me and my multi talents. Um, Back home, you're just the person that people grew up with. Sometimes people won't give you your proper props because of who you are. They just see you who you as the person that they grew up with. But when you go into a much larger fish tank, there's more opportunities, and you're excelling in multiple arenas. It makes you step back and look at yourself, because the things that you always thought in your mind you were capable of, you're actually laying those things. You're actually putting those things to work. You're actually laying a foundation for yourself with those things, and it changes your self-esteem. It changes how you look at yourself. It changes how you love yourself, because you're finally not having to shrink yourself to make people comfortable. You're finally not struggling for acknowledgement. These people that don't even know you don't know the person. They don't know the person. They don't know you personally. They can only judge you by what you produce and what you put out. And that's when I really started looking at myself completely differently. When I went from imagining what my life could be to actually putting in the work to make my life what I want it to be. That's my answer.
Love it. Donna.
I don't really have a story, but I guess I'm just use this one, be real and raw. As far as like, when I was you know, coming out or was young, I always knew I liked females. But at one point, I did lose myself as far as like I wanted a child, so I had to go that route and sleep with a man. And but the only thing I lost myself in was the only way I could sleep with him was I had to be very, very either drunk or a little, yeah, that that's that's the only thing I could think of as far as like me losing myself, as far as like whatever is. That's the only story I have, because I really don't have any other stories. But yeah, I had to go an extra mile to sleep with a man. And I think that kind of like took me out of character, took me out of myself. because I wanted a child and I couldn't afford it the expensive way, so I had to do it the cheap way. But I had to endure that, and I had to do things that I didn't want to do to have a child. That's one story I have.
Got you.
I don't know if it makes sense or
No,
is
it
the answer
definitely it makes sense.
to that question, but that's the only thing I could think of.
Okay.
It makes sense,
Definitely
baby.
made sense. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
I think for me, the moment that I changed how I saw myself was my first year in college. I'm behind the scenes, so I opened my first business at 16 and 17. We turned it into a corporation, and we graced a lot of young magazines like Young Entrepreneur, which is the Child Prodigy magazine, to Entrepreneur magazine. We did Young Biz, which is the Child Prodigy magazine, to Fortune 500. And we graced these magazines like 3 and 4 years in a row throughout high school, or 3 or 4 times throughout high school, I should say. And I didn't think it was more than like a Delaware thing. Even though these are nationally syndicated magazines, it was just like, whatever. And then keep in mind, I grew up with low self esteem, which is absolutely bonkers for me when I look back at it. But I had very low self esteem. And I got to college, and I am petrified of any pests. And so we were moving in. I opened the drawer, and it was a drawer full of roaches. Um, for me, that is pack my shit and go language. And that's exactly what I did. I told my family, you grab whatever you can grab, stack that shit on top of each other. We loading this shit back in this minivan, and we driving back to Delaware. Um, Mind you, Miami was about to have this huge head storm. So my aunts are already like, shit, how we getting home? Because they wanted to, my one aunt was like, no, we driving tonight. But the president of the school, before I had a chance to get to the door, met me at the door and said, if we can get you to stay, I'll move you to an apartment, off campus apartment. Um, and later, because for me, it was just like, oh, like, damn, who the hell is going to move me to, low self esteem? Once again, later, right before the end of our first year, he said, do you know why I moved you? And I said, no. And he said, our school is sponsored by every Fortune 500 company in America. He said, you have graced magazines as a teenager that many people don't grace in their Fortune 500 career. And when he said that, I had to call home to my grandfather, and I said, Papa, let me tell you what this man said. And my granddad said to me, he said, I always want you to remember, you don't know how powerful you are unless it comes from somebody else's mouth. He said, so take that as a lesson learned and learn who you are. And that day, like, flipped my mind, because it taught me I can do whatever I put my mind to. Like, if you say no to me, that's going to make me do what I need to do just to turn your no into a yes. So that's when I really realized, like, this is how I saw, because I saw myself as just this timid black boy from the inner city, from a single parent environment that ain't really, to me, I was just like, I went to school because I had to. Because if I didn't, it's ass whooping. I got good grades because I had to. Because my granddad didn't believe in dummies in our family. Like, he didn't believe in people not prospering in our family. I did what I had to do because I had to. But I never looked at the fact that, damn, you young and you actually got a whole corporation. This is crazy. I didn't see it as a big feat. When I got back from college my first year, that's when the mayor broke down to me the different um, history, all the history I made in the state before I graduated. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, all my accolades came after that moment. It was like such a surreal moment for me. And I was just like, wow, so you really are, you that boss. Like, you really that dude. So that blew my mind completely. how does social media and personal branding make authenticity more difficult? We're going to start with Tim.
Well, first things first, the algorithm of social media.
Hmm.
Um, how many people see your content depends on not just how many followers you have, what it actually is that your content consists of, and the algorithm, according to what's popular, pushes certain things and represses other things. Um, on the other side of that, social media gives you access to the entire world, where before the internet, we were limited to regional advertising. Sometimes your advertising didn't get any further than the boundaries of your city. So social media has like an extreme effect.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay. Let's go to Peach. You're muted.
All right. So social media can have a huge effect on authenticity because of the expectations of the viewers that's watching. People, especially with me, with the nonprofits, all of you know, I had a public relationship. All of that took a toll because people had expectations. They assumed a lot. They believed a lot. They
Made up a lot.
made up a lot. um, and they expected a lot. They expected their viewpoint of you, and they projected it on you. So, yeah, social media can actually make or break you if you're not a strong person. Me myself, I'm a strong person. So, when it was time for me to break free from a lot of the assignments, as Dre would say, people placed on me, it wasn't hard. But yeah, social media has an impact. It can make or break. It makes relationships, it breaks relationships, it stop you from making business connections because of assumptions. It can do a lot. Hell, listen, I couldn't even get me a date because of social media assumptions. So, hey, yeah, it can
That one.
take over your life if you ain't strong enough to push that shadow off. But that is my answer.
I like it. Donna.
Yeah, I agree with Pierce and Tim with social media. A lot of people pretend to be who they aren't. A lot of people also like you see people in relationships. They make their relationships look like it's like the perfect relationship, but behind closed doors, they're um they're not happy. Um, Social media is another outlet for you know people just to give people like when with me when I do like when I before I was in a relationship, I always would go live, and I would have a lot of people follow me because either I would be talking some positive stuff, or I would be either cooking, and they would want to know what I'm cooking, and I would let people know how I eat healthy. I'm a very when it comes to eating, and I'm very when it comes to being healthy, I eat very well. So and I took on a lot of people. I had over like a hundred and something people that would be on my live at one time. Um, but like I said, social media could be a curse, and social media could be a blessing. But some people, they show themselves in one light on social media, but when you see if you know them in person, they're a whole different type of person. So I mean, like I said, I don't have nothing against social media. It can also break up relationships too. But as far as like a person in the social media and that type of form or that type of fashion. People pretend to be something that they're not, or in one way, and then you see them in another way. But social media to me could it helps. It helps. You know, it's a good out platform.
Right. Tim, I see your hand up.
Yeah, there was one aspect of social media that I negated, and that is cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel culture can make or break your brand.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful who
Absolutely.
you talk to. You got to be careful who you engage with. You got
Yep.
to be careful what you respond to, because
Yep.
people are looking at you all the time. And just as there are some people who celebrate you, there's also people that will smear you in a heartbeat. And they're just waiting for that one
Yeah.
thing that they get their foot in the door. And before you know it, there's a big scandal and you're canceled through the culture.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know how I forgot to add that one in.
It's all good.
um, I'm with y'all. To me, my biggest concern with social media, as it relates to personal branding, is that we are now in an era where people would rather people see the most toxic sides of them than to see who they really are. Like they feed off of, like I've never seen so many attention whores in my life. Um, like
Yeah.
I feed off of the attention because it brings me likes, it brings me views, it makes me feel important. Um, and I really feel like social media has taken to me is taking a turn almost for the worse. I'm not saying there's nothing positive on there. What's up, Talib? I got you. Um, so I definitely understand. There are some positive aspects to social media, but when do we, as grown folk, because I'm not going to talk about the teenagers or the kids that don't really know no better, but as grown folk, when do we take our grown selves and stop going for the likes of the people? I think that's always been one of the things that always bothered me with a lot of adults. I'm always worried about what somebody else thinks. And so instead of me showing you my authentic behavior, my authentic self, I show you what you want to see, which discredits me as a leader. So if it discredits me as a leader, it makes my brand very inauthentic. It makes my brand look fake. Uh, Talib asked the question, how do you be careful? Um, when it comes to cancel culture, Talib, or when it comes to just social media in general? If we're talking about cancel culture, um, you got to tread. Unfortunately, we're in the time where you got to tread lightly, and it sucks. Comedians can't even be comedians no more.
Right.
You know, and that's bad. That's bad. Like when you have to watch every little thing that comes out your throat, because you don't want somebody to take something the wrong way, especially when they already tuning in because they don't like your type. Because if we really look at cancel culture for real, it's people who really just don't even like the person as it is. And so now that you done said something that made me feel some type of way, which was probably truth about me, I'm now going to do everything I can to cancel you out. I just feel like that to me, we've given way too much credit or way too much authority to cancel culture. Why go to a comedy show that we're going to talk about everything just to have an issue?
Right.
Tim had mentioned that you have to be careful on the internet, and I was asking Tim, how do you be careful on the internet? What methods do you use, Tim?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. Me personally, I have to be cautious who I attach myself to.
Yes.
So when people send me requests, I immediately go straight to their page. I look at their friends list. I go through their feed to see what type of person they are, what type of stuff that they into. If I see a whole bunch of mess, I don't respond. I don't accept the request. I do my research on the people that I come in contact with on the internet, and I do my research on people who request to be on my page. It's anything, anybody that comes in contact with me that I don't know or anything about, I do my research before I comment or accept. That's one way to protect yourself to live.
Sure. Am
I'd
I the
like
only
to
person?
answer that.
Am I the only person who don't accept blocked profiles?
I don't know lock profiles. If you ain't got no
No
pictures of
picture,
yourself on your
right? You
profile,
ain't got no pictures. If you ain't got no feed that looks normal
no
or not weirdo and pedophile-ish, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would
P,
like to answer that
jump
question.
in, jump in, P.
Um, to me, I mean, at the end of the day, right? No matter how super cautious you are, how many profiles you go through, um, people are always allowed to have a moment of insanity. So they could have been sane when you added them and then went insane or connected to somebody that's insane. To me, to be safe on social media is just like what this topic is, being your authentic self. See, people like to judge you, but they're going to judge you all the time. But if I'm being myself, who gives a damn if you're judging me?
Right.
This is just who I am. And whoever authentically loves me will follow me and continue. And if you try to throw shame on me, anybody that knows me and know I'm authentic and they follow me, they're not going to fall for that. So I just think, like this topic, just be your authentic self. Because I've had
Mhm.
people that were um revered by the community, loved, and they have stood by my side, but then they have turned on me. But
Mm.
my saving grace was always that can't be her because she's authentically herself every time. Each
Mhm.
time I encounter her, I know you're lying. I know her, even at her worst,
Mhm.
and she's not that.
Right.
So that's my answer to that. But yeah, just be yourself.
I like it. What impacts, Peach, while you up? What impact does living inauthentically have on mental health?
Living inauthentically, well,
Inauthentic.
to me, I mean, that's internal conflict.
Yeah, fighting
You
demons.
just in constant war with yourself.
Right.
You're indecisive, you're in constant war. I can't see you leveling anything inside your mind out. You're not being the best friend to yourself. You're not you it's just it starts everything for me starts internally. You got to get it right within yourself, like Lauren Hill said. How you gonna win if you're not right within? That's
Hmm.
true. So that is my answer. You got to be right within.
I agree 100%. That's my answer too.
Easy way out. All right, Tim.
living that way is it's like being in prison because you can't stretch your legs, you can't stretch your arms, can't even lift your head up too high. I had to live like that for a long time, just making my family happy, living up to what the ideal of what we're supposed to be as men and do as men.
Hmm.
I didn't have problems doing any of those things, but I had a problem being somebody that, as I progressed through my teens, I knew that I wasn't. It was stressful, it was depressing, it was lonely until I started meeting, you know, until I started meeting other gays. Um, yeah, I wouldn't want to ever go back to living that way because it hurts not to be able to be yourself. It hurts not to be accepted. It hurts not to get anybody's approval. That was like a real internally painful way to live because you really, until you meet other people like you or similar to you, can't talk to anybody about it. You don't have anybody to talk about it. And most of the people that you would talk about it would turn on you if they knew your truth. So
Mm.
I think it's devastating mentally. That's my answer.
Okay. All right. Donna, you want to expound? Or you
No,
sticking?
I agree with both of them. You know, like I said, am I the only one that don't give a fuck about nothing?
Yeah,
No,
that's
you're
how I live
not.
now. That's how I live now. Yeah.
I ain't never had only thing that I could say that I've been through coming up or being who I am is just the backlash from men, so-called straight men, um, calling me dykes and stuff like that, and making me feel like, oh, you know. But other than that, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody think of nothing. I don't. I had a good time in the. You would think I would have had the worst time in the military. I had the best time in the military. I worked for the post office. I had everybody loved me. They knew I was the way I was. I'm just a happy person. I have that face that a stranger can come up to me and just tell me their problems. I'm just a loving person, so I put that on people so people don't have no reason to like come at me or hate me or have a problem with me. So I don't know. I'm the chosen one, that one of the chosen ones that came down to earth from up there.
You know what, Donna? I want to agree with you with that because you hit a point that just was sitting in my mind. I don't have no problem, and you get it because you're number one. You're cancer. We
Right.
strong. We root ourselves in the ground, and we got them. How we gonna do this? And that battle always come with straight men.
Right.
And I understand your pain because when
Hmm.
you are a LGBTQ plus woman, you rooted in the ground, you know who you are,
Right.
and you got your beliefs, and you locked in. A man, I have. Let me tell you, a straight man would never really give you the props, never
Right.
will give you the respect. They will look over your head. They will agree with another. They will agree
Hmm.
with a gay man that they don't like before they
Right.
agree with you.
Exactly. Yep.
And that is very inauthentic. And
Yes.
I see it all the time.
Yep. And it's
They will
always
not take your words of
our
wisdom.
black men that they
You
supposed to
got that
protect
right.
us.
I see it all the
I
time
ain't
in
get that from
every
the white
space.
man. I got it from the black man.
No, the white man got sense enough to be scared.
Right. Exactly.
But the black man, it's
Don't have
almost
no
as if
fear.
they see it as you challenging them. And it's not that I'm challenging your manhood. I'm just firm in my womanhood.
Right.
And you need to learn to respect that
Exactly.
or get the hell up out of my face.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
I-
But let me get out of here. Go ahead, take your show back, Dre.
She didn't lit a spark. Them damn
That's
cancers
the
always
truth.
starting fires. Um, for me, I feel like a lot of people are depressed because they just won't be themselves. Um, so
Right.
we become the character we create. To please everybody, to make everybody say, I'm good with being around you because you this way or you that way or you this way or you that way. I really feel like we to safeguard ourselves mentally, we put on our best masks around people, and then deep inside we're not happy, and because it's in you're living inauthentic, it causes who you are to start erasing from your character. So then you're unhappy because it's like now it's I don't even know who I am anymore.
Right.
I remember this time where I used to be so excited with life, so happy with life, and now I don't even know where that person went because I have taken my good years and I've built this character that I feel like if I destroy this character, if I cancel my own character that I built, it would make people kind of like not be around me. And so mentally we become suppressed, we become depressed. Like Tim said, we become imprisoned. um, and it's hard for us to break out of that cell. You can't bail yourself out of something you put yourself in, and so it becomes like I'm trapped, like R. Kelly. I'm trapped in the closet, um, because I just don't know how to now get myself out of this ditch I've dug by just not being who I am. I'm with Donna. You don't like me, baby. I don't give a
Long as
fuck.
my mother knew who I was about, I ain't care nobody else. I ain't care my cousins, uncle, aunts. As long as my mother was okay with who I was, that's all that mattered.
That's it. And
It's
for me, it's not even just about like being in the lifestyle. This is like me, period. You know,
Yeah,
I get so many people who be like, "Oh my God, I don't know how people dealt like how you deal with him. He's this, he's that." Nick, my vision is crazy, and so I'm like, I really don't care if you like anything about me. At the end of the day, this me, dog.
exactly.
Tim, I see you.
Nothing
So
on
it's
me.
like
Yeah,
it's me. If you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. I ain't gotta be around you. You ain't gotta be around me. You don't like me, don't even come to my spot.
right.
I don't
Like
care
I'm
who you
be up.
like. That yeah, it's like I don't care who you like in here. Don't come. Like that's my biggest thing. Stay away from me. If you don't like me, I'm good with it. Because at
They
the end of
coming
the day,
because of that confidence.
I'm
They
not
coming.
I'm not losing no sleep, baby. Like I'm that meme that say how I sleep at night, knowing motherfuckers don't like me, and I'm sucking my thumb, curled up,
Exactly.
chilling,
I'm the same way.
snoring, and comfortable. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna brush these waves the fuck back down, get back up, and still be me,
Right.
and give you another reason to not like me. Tim, go ahead.
it's hearing this narrative. It made me smile a little bit because I create characters for a living, and the characters that I create for a living help me express the part of me that is not available every day. Meaning, some people walk around with a gay flash and neon light pulsating on rainbow with rainbow colors on their forehead all day, every day. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. Be you the way you feel comfortable being you. But my day to day is heteronormative. I guess I'll call it that because I don't go out of my way to live a heterosexual esque lifestyle. It's just what's most comfortable to me.
Mhm.
And the characters that I create allow me to express my gay side. It's just in a different way than the average gay. And people don't understand that. Like when I'm on stage, that's my gay time. That's my time to fag out. It is. And at
Right.
the same time, it's also like a sport to me as well because there's competition involved in it. So it just I don't know, hearing y'all say people creating different different masks or different personas, it kind of it just it sent off a red light, but because that's what I do, but it's for a totally different reason.
That part right there.
You know, mine is self-expression. Like
Yes.
when I perform, it's not just me performing. Everything that I wear from my head to toe, I make
Mhm.
it. I'm an artist, I paint. I'm an artist, I sew. I'm an artist,
Right.
I dance. And all of my talents come together for what I do on stage.
Mhm.
So, I don't want to get too far off topic, but it just hearing, the thing about people creating personas. People create personas for different reasons. Some
Mhm.
people create personas as an outlet. Other people create personas as a facade to hide who they really are.
That part.
Yeah.
And that's the one I was talking about. Is
Right.
when you have to hide you because you're who you are is not a crowd pleaser. Who you are is not a fan fave. and so you have to create something that totally is against really you. And the people who know you can look at you and be like, that ain't even who you are as a person, you know. But you do it because it's who they like. So it keeps them around. It makes you seem cool. Like I have a friend I went to high school with that had their children early, um, and their whole thing of growing up was just like, I'm gonna be my child's best friend. But this child has no respect for their parent.
Spare the rod.
Spoil the child. And it was one of those things that I'm never going to beat my child. Me and my child going to hang out. Like to this day. You would think they they go out together. They competition to see who got the shortest dress on, whose titties is out the most. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, and I said it to her. I said, "Can I ask you a question? What example do you set for your child?" Well, you gotta remember, I had my child when I was 14 when I had my child. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Where is the example? Everything you endured, your child is now repeating the cycle.
Yeah.
Because you put this you built this character that don't even define you, which is the crazy part. So that's what I meant when I say create this character. It's like you creating this toxicity around you. You're building this toxic air, aura around you, and it's not getting you. It's not making you look any better. Then when the teachers call, the peoples on them, it's like, oh, these MFers don't like me anyway, and da 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 da. Well, I mean, you coming to the school rolling your neck and snapping your fingers, and like, really? We throw a dance for 9-year-olds, and you on the floor twerking. Where they do that at? So that's what I mean when I say create a facade. Like, you create this character who's not you, and anyone who has been around you can say, "This is not you." That, to me, that's an issue. While we got Tim up on the screen, what practices have helped you reconnect with your authentic self?
Not giving a fuck.
And that's it.
Number one answer
I don't
tonight.
give a damn what people say. I don't give a damn what people think.
My
I'm not
motto.
adjusting anything about me to make me more convenient for you. I'm not shrinking or downsizing to make things more convenient for you. I did that too long for too many people who weren't worthy. So I don't do it anymore. Either you fuck with me or you don't. And if you don't, that's entirely your fucking business. I can't feel none type of way about it because that ain't none of my business. That's my answer.
Peach.
That's a them problem.
Yep. All day, every day.
But damn, for real.
Unless you are a good person.
So for me, the practices that I take on, first off, I wholeheartedly agree with Tim and Donna about not giving a fuck. But in order for you to not give a fuck, you got to spend time with yourself to know exactly who you are. And so that is the practice. I spend so much time with me that I just be falling in love with myself. I'll be in that mirror like, I love you, girl. Like,
Yep.
woo, too bad. If they don't love you, that they done missed out. Oh God, girl, I love you. What are we gonna do
Exactly.
today, girlfriend? What we putting on? What we trying to learn? I'm always rediscovering what it is I like about myself, what my goals are, what I want to do, who I want in my world. Like, it's just very specific. Like, ooh, today I need me a ooh, what's that hood movie with Madam in it? I need me a Tommy that's gonna cook my food and rub my back. See, this
Oh,
is how in
all the
All the
tune.
Queen's
queen.
men.
That's right. That's how in tune
And
I
I
am
mean,
with myself, to the point I know exactly at every given moment who I need in my space. So, yes,
Hmm.
I don't care. And it's because I know me so well that the other parties just don't even matter because you just don't fit in my world. And that is my answer.
All right.
Peach, it's one thing that you said that I have to 100% agree with. I need me a Tommy too. Because damn, damn. That's all I had to say.
Donna.
Oh yes. Every day I walk out this out my like I said out my door, I'm authentic. Cause I dress from head to toe boys, and I'm a woman. So I've been like this since public school. So I am my authentic self. I'm always going to be my authentic self. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I don't care. I don't. I have a good friend that I was friends with since I was in my 20s. He talked about me behind my back to another friend like I was nobody. I thought I was better than her and all this. Yeah, I gave her a chance to apologize and come forth and because I don't rat nobody. I ain't gonna say, well, this person told me what you said, but she ain't never apologized. But and I still and she was a Cancer. She was June 24th,
You know,
and
you know, crazy
yeah,
cat.
she was. She talked about me like a dog, and I still gave her a chance to be her friend, thinking that she was gonna apologize, but she never apologized, and I cut her off quick. And but like I said, I'm always myself every day. I walk out this door. I don't I don't hide how I wear my clothes, how I carry myself. I don't care if nobody look at me and say, "Ooh, that's a girl in men's clothes." I ain't never had that problem. I don't get those looks. People very like I said, I guess I that aura I have, I give it to people and I get the hi, good morning, this and that. Even with the men, hi, good morning. They don't give me those evil looks. So like I said, I'm always gonna be authentic to myself. I don't go out there trying to look like a woman and just like a woman to hide who I am. I've been this way since public school, however old I was. But I'm always gonna be this. This is me. I don't care nobody what they think about me because at the end of the day, I was born. Well, my mom born me, but I was born by myself. I'm gonna leave this earth by myself. And I pay my own bills. I take care of myself. I don't care who's in my world or who's not.
I like it.
That's my answer.
Awesome. I am I'm one of them people. Now I love affirmations. That's one way I
Me
reconnect with
too.
myself. I have certain affirmations I literally repeat as
Me
soon as I
too.
wake up till I can get to my job. When I get to my job, I repeat them all over again. Then I have a different set that I use for the corporate world, just to keep me focused throughout the day. Because y'all know I'm in social services, and
Mhm.
ooh, these folk will mentally drain you. Um, but and then I always make sure people get to meet Dre. You know what I mean? I don't believe that there are like, oh, these are just certain conversations we don't deal with, or these are just certain like, baby, what's going on in your life? Let me see. I understand, because I feel like if people see, like, even with ministry, I don't hide from my congregation. I keep it 100% with them. Like, y'all not the only ones going through. Pastor going through too. Y'all went through some shit this week. So did I. Y'all had to slip up and cut somebody out. So did I. you know, because I feel like, especially in the church atmosphere, we wear too many masks in church, and so I'm very me,
Right.
24/7. I preach hard. The same way I am, in person is the same way I am in church. It ain't, I'm not one of those people. Oh, let me put on this deep Saint collar. Oh, wait, let me button all this up. We first of all, I show up to church in jeans and a t-shirt, or jeans and a button up, and I preach from the pulpit in jeans and a button up because these robes are hot and they cost too much money. to keep sweating out every week, and we are authentically ourselves. If you walk in our church and you preach a message that I feel like you're bashing somebody, I kick your ass out my pulpit. Period. And I'm quick to embarrass somebody. Don't let me know you, and then you come and act like you this world renowned Shirley Caesar. I'm a no baby, no. We just had a beer last week. Don't do that. Because I just don't believe in that. Like one sin is the same as another sin. One hurt is the same as another hurt. We all dealt with the same thing. And truth be told, you ain't the only person Jesus died for. And I'm big on that. And it's the same way I am at work. I tell my boss, don't come in here with this professionalism stuff. And first of all, I can tell how professional you are by how you dress. Let's start there. And then we'll move from there. And that's every job I've had. I've been the same way. I feel like I have to be just who I am. If I can't be me, I'm not comfortable.
Right.
And if I'm not comfortable, I have a problem, because after all the hell I've been through with depression, I'd be damned if I'm going back through depression just because you don't like me or because you got a problem with me. Out of everything I had to endure to get to just where I'm at now, and this ain't even my best place, I'll be damned if I'm gonna lose this little bit, and then now you jeopardizing me losing my lot because I got to come off of being who I am to make you smile. Bye. So I do a lot of self affirmations. I do a lot of encouraging myself. I'm like Peach. I get up in the mirror, hey nigga, you sexy as a motherfucker today.
Yep.
And this is before I get dressed. So by the time I'm throwing on clothes, I'm in the mirror going, so what we doing today? Who we trying to look at for that? What look are we going for the day? I got told today I was bougie because I came in with my my Coach bag and my Coach Muse on, and they was like, "Oh, you so bougie." I said, "Bitch, thank you." Because at the end of the day, I'm whatever you want it to be. But one thing I would not be is you.
I know that's right. And you know what? You gotta pull out that. I pull out my alter ego, which is Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada. That is me. You want her to come out?
Right. Go ahead, Tim.
The mask and the inauthenticity is the reason why I couldn't. The mask and the inauthenticity is the reason why I couldn't jump head first into the lifestyle. Because so many of us as young gays just want somebody to love us and accept us and treat us with respect.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I was younger that most of the people my age around me were willing to do and be anything to be acknowledged, to be recognized, to be a part of anything. And it just didn't sit well with my spirit. When nothing around you is real. And people get upset with me when I say this, but I say this all the time. When I was in a gay environment, I felt like, have y'all ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That was my movie back in the day.
Toontown.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt like when I was in these a lot of the environments, because nothing was real and nobody was real and everybody had on a mask but was presenting a facade. And as much as it was fun to go there and visit, I couldn't attach, because I could all that I had just came from breaking free from a whole bunch of a lot of the same stuff. And the lifestyle just seemed to be a worse version. Like, because as much as we love each other as LGBTQ people, we do trifling shit to each other. And it's more.
Yep.
There are so many fucking ditties in the lifestyle. but it's considered normal. I just couldn't. I don't know. I like to go out and visit the gay. I don't like to bring it home with me, unless it's coming to the bedroom.
Well, now.
And a lot of people get upset when I say that. When I express that, a lot of gay people get upset. And unfortunately, I don't give a fuck. It's just
That's
that's how I feel. That's
secret.
how it went for me. That's how it went for me. So getting back to the show.
All right. We talked about vulnerability on tonight. What role does vulnerability play in authentic relationships? We're gonna start with Peach. You've been waiting for this question,
Oh, I don't know. That's a good one.
Actually, fuck no.
huh?
All right. So let me read this question.
Uh-huh. Number 8.
What role does vulnerability play in authentic relationships? Well, you have to be vulnerable in order to have an authentic relationship. You have to be able to lay it on the line. You have to be able to, I mean, if you want a true connection, that is the only way but to be vulnerable. To me, you can't have real love, a true connection. You can't have a true partnership. You it just won't be authentic. Period. If it's not, if you don't have vulnerability, I don't. They just tie in together. I think anything else outside of that is not really a real relationship. You're in a situationship. Um, yeah, that's basically my answer. Yeah, you can't have a real relationship without vulnerability. You just wasting each other time.
Like
Donna,
I,
we're gonna
you
turn
call
it to
me?
you. Yep, we're gonna turn it over to Donna.
Oh, where's my girlfriend needed to be hearing this question.
Just send it a reply.
Ah,
Sure. Send it a replay.
So, and I tell you, I don't know, but I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, like Pierce said, you got to be open to a lot, and even though, like I said, I'm in a female and female um relationship. I kind of play like the protector role, that you know but my girlfriend, to tell you, she's also aggressive too in her way. And but as far as the vulnerability, yeah, you just have to you gotta compromise. You can't like be you have to be soft. You got to have a little soft heart. You got to be a little open to different things. You got to be a little bit like me. I'm not a touch me not, but certain things I'm not letting a feminine woman do to me. My daughter, sorry, my daughter's calling me. I gotta hang up on her. But I'm vulnerable to certain things, but you gotta have a soft spot when you in a relationship with a person. You can't always be like, oh, it's me. I know I'm aggressive in my relationship, but I let her lead too sometimes. So I give that to her to, have a good relationship, or have it, compromise, or like easy going. I don't want to always be like, I'm in charge, or I'm this, I'm that. No, like Usher say, we're gonna what he said. What's that song he said? Oh, trading places. That's the type of relationship I have with her. Even though I never had that type of relationship with anybody, but she's feminine, but then she has aggressive ways. So I have to be vulnerable to deal with that. Even though it's hard for me, but I deal with it because I love her, and I want to make it work. So I think with vulnerability in a relationship, you gotta be a little soft. You gotta listen to your partner. You gotta not always be like, I'm in control. You listen to me. No, you work together. You work together in a relationship.
Trading places. Yeah.
Y'all is so crazy.
You're gonna be the
Um,
top, and I'm gonna be the bottom. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Tim.
that's my relationship.
It, you can't have a relationship without vulnerability. It's not a real relationship. It's a situationship. That's why so many people run from relationships
Mm,
because they are afraid to take that risk of being vulnerable and being in a position where somebody could hurt them.
I like it. I
Right?
like it.
That's my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, to the point.
I agree
Right.
with all y'all. I mean, I feel like if we can't be our open and honest selves, what the hell are we here for? Um, you're not doing nothing but wasting my time. That's going to end up pissing me off. I'm one of them people. Either you going to keep it 100 or you gonna keep your ass on out the door. Like keep moving. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be here holding up space, and I'm going to be like, you know what, this ain't working, and then I'm going to have to pull one of these escape moves to figure out who I can run to, and I'm going to hit the wall. I'm hitting the door, and because it's just I don't, and because I don't believe in cheating, I'm one of them motherfuckers. I will let you go on purpose
Right.
because I'm just like this ain't working, and you don't understand. Like the one thing I always say in all of my relationships is be open, be honest, and be able to receive criticism, and be open and be okay to give criticism. I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm a hard motherfucker to date, but that's because I demand excellency in everything I do.
Right.
Like I'm very big on that. When I don't see excellency, I'm just like, oh my god, this shit is getting ready to slow up our blessing, and that is gonna make my nuts itch. Like I am too close to be blessed for you to keep irritating my skin.
I'm in that same predicament.
I want to add to that, but go
Go
ahead.
I'm in that
because that's
predicament.
just that's just who I am. Like
Me
I know
too.
where I'm going because I'm a visionary. I don't need help seeing the vision. I wrote it.
Right. Exactly.
Then not only did I write the vision, but I communicated the vision to the T and gave you the cheat codes on how we gonna get to the vision. All you gotta do is follow instructions. If you're not understanding something, ask the question. If you want to know about me, don't call an ex bitch. Call me. I wrote the book.
Right.
It's my autobiography. So I don't need nobody to tell you what I've done. I will tell you my shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm one of them people like because I know what season I'm in and I know where I'm at in the season that I'm in, don't hinder my season. Especially when your come up is based off of my season.
Right.
Because I'm going somewhere. And I got and so when I say like, okay, babe, listen, like this our 5 year goal or this our 3 year goal,
Right.
stay in the flow. If
Right.
all it means is you got to change some things, change them. But at the end of the day, I'm changing shit too. But don't expect a special kudos because you had to change. That motherfucker, that comes with the blessing.
Right. Mhm.
So I'm one of them
Yeah.
people like, and then I don't like people who come to me with agendas. I don't do agendas. I threw
Oh,
them
I
bitches
don't
out.
like that.
I didn't even like agendas in high school, in middle school, when we supposed to write in the agenda books and have your parents sign them. Baby, that's my F right there. Cause I'm not going through this shit every day. I know what my homework is. It's already done.
Exactly.
Like I turned it in. Why are we still having my parents sign something? They don't need to see this no more. That means I gotta go home with some shit I've already done. Like you're holding up progress. So I'm very big on that. I'm very big on that. Peach, what was you adding?
I just wanted to mm, give a little perspective about this vulnerability thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think when you hear it, the word people look at it as a weakness, but I truly don't look at it that way. It's like how many friends y'all keep it a being? How many people you done talk to about relationships and they always saying the person ain't showing up for them, they just not this and that, and I need them. But that's, to be honest, vulnerability is important, because how the fuck do I know how to show up for you if I don't know what the fuck is, you
Mhm.
have to be vulnerable
That
enough
part
to
right
open
there.
up to let me know what it is in this relationship that you require in order for us to have it. So I'll know how to show up for you.
And it can't be a I don't know or I don't have
It
no.
can't be, I don't know. It's got to be very specific. It's got to be tangible. And it's got to be realistic.
Yes.
It can't
Definitely
be a
be a
guessing
relationship.
game.
Yes. Cannot
I'm
make
in
sense.
particular.
It has to make sense.
I need
It
help with that with her.
right. It just does not make no damn sense.
We can have a
Vulnerability
couple
is
of
not a bad thing. Let me know
yeah,
how to show up for you. Let
right.
me
Right,
know what you need. And not just emotionally. Let's
Right.
talk about sexually. You
right,
should be able to break that down. I hear people say,
right.
oh,
Without
this was a
somebody getting
terrible
upset.
sex
Yeah,
partner. Well, if you never told me how to show up for you, then of course I'm a suck,
Right.
because we never talked about it.
That part.
exactly.
And not even just that, it could be even my experience. It's just what my experience is. Like, you might be the first motherfucker who actually tries to connect on an emotional level with sex. Because cancers, we do
Right.
everything emotionally, but we also do everything superb. So it's like
Right,
if we having sex and you ain't fulfilled, I fucked up my job.
Or you
exactly.
got in the way.
Right. But that's the
Or
other thing,
you
right?
got
Or
in
you
the
stop
damn
me
way
from my
of it.
fulfillment. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
vulnerability, let's change. I think we should change how we look at that word.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not a bad thing.
No.
Mm,
It's actually you opening yourself up to the very best
yeah.
relationship you could possibly have. And just like I said with me and my ex-husband, if you gonna get hurt because you tried to do something and connect with
Right.
somebody you wanted to be with. Don't get hurt because you half-ass did something and then that person left you.
That part.
It don't make no damn sense.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I want to get hurt learning. I don't want to get hurt because I'm just doing shit.
And if
Right.
I'm learning, it really shouldn't hurt. It really should boost who the fuck I am. Because if you teaching me something I've never done before, like, one of the biggest issues I've had in every relationship is motherfuckers don't understand the concept of slow strokes. And I'm sitting here like, the fuck. So let me show you how to use your shit properly
Right.
so we can get through some things here. Cause I'm the best, bitch. We verse. I'm the fucking best. Let's make
Hey.
it happen. So I'm just like, there's no way in hell you thinking everything you didn't fuck up until me has been a fucking tunnel.
All
Like
right. Good
the
night,
fuck?
everybody.
Like I don't understand these concepts. Like you used to motherfuckers, you just drilling the whole fucking time, and you wondering why this shit is quick, fast, and in a hurry. You ain't doing shit but jackrabbit. So it's like, let me show you how to connect with somebody on an emotional level, and
Right.
you'll be so surprised at how much better your sex has become. I don't understand how the fuck it. First of all, anything under 30 minutes, this is not sex. This was a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Punching.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just it's 50 pumps, like Bernie Mac said. It's
Booty
50 pumps.
call.
You ain't got shit to do, count them.
Right.
But it's just like why are we in such a fucking hurry? We live together. We go to bed together. We wake up together. You got to work tomorrow, bitch. Me too. But
Exactly.
I'm like, shit. Can we get some Maxwell going on? Can we let's do this shit till the cops come knocking, bitch, till the rooster crows. Like, show
Or the
me something
neighbors are calling on
different.
my name.
Right, because I'm like, number one, I'm older, but I'm like, I got drive, and I'm forever. So I'm like, bitch, we're one nut. I hate a one nut person. Two,
You said I got fries.
listen,
I can't.
We don't.
we gonna lap some
Like, let's
time in this
listen.
shit. And to me, that's part of vulnerability. Me telling you, okay, that's not gonna work. You need to slow this shit down. Okay, that's not gonna work. Kiss right here. Like, learn my fucking body.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be just sitting here gnawing on my motherfucking ass. That ain't a spot, bitch. It hurts. Like you got learn me. Like, but let me be vulnerable enough. Let me be able to be me, and you be able to be you. Because I've learned
Yeah.
recent. I've learned that people really don't know their fucking spots,
No, I do.
and that fucks me up. Because I'm like, damn, how you get to this age you ain't learned all your spots yet? And
Yeah.
cancers we explorers. So we like
Yeah.
Dora. We gonna go through. So we gonna take me through there, bitch.
Mhm.
Like we gonna check out some things. We gonna try some areas that you might not have fucking known existed.
Exactly.
You don't if you start running, it's not a bad thing.
Right.
Learn to enjoy this shit to get out your head
Right.
because because nowadays, especially in the gay lifestyle, men think that moaning is a bitch move. It
Mhm.
helps your partner know that you
That
enjoy
you're doing the right thing. Yeah.
you know. So with that being said, um, if someone feels they don't know who they really are, where should they begin? We're gonna start with Donna.
If a person don't know who they are, where they where should they begin?
Where should they begin?
Within
Within
and
themselves.
huh?
Within themselves. Where should
Yeah,
they be?
within themselves. They got to start within and
Okay.
work out. That's that's it. There's no other way. Or um, yeah, they got to. I mean, it depends on the age, but as grown folks, we should know within, and we work on ourselves within, and then then we work on the outside.
Okay. Tim,
Could you repeat the question?
if someone feels they don't know who they really are, where should they begin?
Excuse me. Well,
He started within,
if they
Donna.
don't if they don't know who they really
Really
are,
are.
then they've already gandered within. That's how they know they don't know who they really
Okay.
are. So after you've looked within yourself, well, my process was just finding people like me and then mingling and learning as much as I could because there's no manual that comes with this stuff.
Mm.
So, I mean, I think it's different strokes for different folks, but definitely get out and find things that you connect with, find people that you connect with. And as you're making connections, you'll also find out the things that turn you off.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all things that are a part of you figuring out your likes and your dislikes and what makes you uncomfortable and what turns you on and what turns you off. Those are the things that you begin with, and it just grows from there. Like the more interactions you have, you develop your level of taste, you develop your level of what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, and which shit is just absolutely out of the question.
Right.
So that's my
I
answer.
like it. Peach.
I agree with both Tim and Donna, but ultimately, first it starts with you. It's the self discovery.
Mhm.
Going inside myself to figure out what it is that I like and dislike, like Tim said. How do I figure that out? Well, I got to get new experiences. Maybe I can do that watching television. I could watch different, I don't know, nature shows, whatever it is I think might pique my interest. And if I can't never find anything, then at that point, I think you should be wise enough to realize that you might be depressed and you may need some extra help. But
Right.
ultimately, it just starts from within you. And you got to want it. No matter how many people you meet, no matter how many therapists you see, you have to want to connect with you. No one can foster that relationship with you but you. That is my answer.
I agree with everybody. It definitely has to start from within, like Donna said. And like Tim and Peach also said, it has to start from within. You gotta learn you, and sometimes you gotta separate yourself from everything you've attached to yourself.
Mhm.
You know, like I went a good year of not dealing with no friends, dealing with no colleagues, no nothing. And I just sat and I dealt with me. I took me on dates. I took me traveling. You know, I took me to for you know, I did some Jill Scott moves and took long walks by the park after dark. Um, but I spent time with me, and people would call and be like, you know, hey, let's go here. Now I'm chilling, just because until I know me, I can't know nobody else because I'm shortchanging myself. I'm stopping myself from being happy because I don't know who I am. And in my head, it's fucking me up. So now I'm getting depressed because I was like, I don't really know me and what makes me tick and what makes me love on me. And you know, you can love yourself in a number of different ways, but if you can't love you intellectually first, nothing nobody else does is going to connect with you emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, or physically. The sex won't even fulfill you. And so then you turn to other means to find your happiness. And then you create a monster. You become Frankenstein to yourself.
Mhm.
So I've learned I have to connect with me by I had to separate myself and learn to love who the hell Dre was. But when I fell in love with Dre,
Mhm. That's it.
I tell people in the heartbeat, I fell in love two times. I fell in love with Dre and I fell in love with Jesus. But that's about it right now. Completely.
Mhm.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I ain't never have to question neither one of those two relationships, the relationship with me or the relationship with my God. But it's like once you fall in love with yourself, oh my God.
Mhm.
Like people can't tell you shit. I don't care. I don't care how ugly you are as a person. You know, when you fall in love with you, you is America's next top model. Like I know a couple people that I look at on social media saying this
With a
bitch lost her
10-gallon
mind.
gut.
Listen, because it's not just about your self-esteem, it's about your self-value. You learn
Right.
when you learn your worth, you know, it's like, oh my God. Like Jill Scott has this song called Back Together that
Mhm.
I fell in love with, not because and it had nothing to do with children. It had everything to do with just I met who the hell I was and I put me back together my damn self.
Yes.
And every time she sing it, I pull my phone out and I do my selfie and I sing the shit out of that song
Hey.
because it's like, you know, I learned how to take broken pieces and how to mend me. And that's the biggest thing. You want to love yourself, you want to be authentically you and unashamed, unapologetically you. Learn to love yourself. Put yourself first. Not your relationship, not your half these relationships you wouldn't even be in once you learn you love yourself. What the fuck I need you for?
Right.
And different people show up in the nick of
In
time
the
when you
nick of
love you.
time, yes. And you will learn. You be the one. I had to tell somebody, "Nigga, fuck your sex. I can go get some toys better than this shit." Like, learn to love you.
Yes.
Women, they got shit that do everything now. They got shit that lick it, smack it, flip it, and rub it down all in one good
You
stroke.
ain't gotta worry about no disease.
And you ain't got to worry about shit connecting to you. And you can go to round 2 and 3, and that motherfucker will not be snoring. Like, trust me, learn to love you because they're like what it hurts my heart to see the number of young women who are low self-esteem having ass women and they think they really need these dudes
Mhm.
to make them special. And I'm sitting here like, that's what you choose to go after? You fighting that hoe over this nigga and he ain't got a job?
Yep. Sound like my daughter.
Like, let's get this together. I had one girl, she was like, but you don't understand. Like, when I was teaching, she's like, Mr. Harris, you don't understand, though. He just does some things. I said, baby, I got two toys that would make him feel like a fucking amateur. Invest in them. She was 18. I can say that to her. but invest in them. Like it's a problem. And then the other issue is because I seen my mother grow up low self-esteem. I think this is a part of life. Break the cycle. Break the
No
cycle.
matter how beautiful you look, you still could have low self-esteem.
You no matter how the most beautiful
Absolutely.
people in the world has the
Yeah.
lowest self-esteem.
Yep.
Those be the
And you
ones.
fucking gorgeous and don't even realize that it
Yep.
your beauty alone should turn you the fuck out.
Right. Exactly.
You don't know how many times I've met somebody and they didn't understand or didn't see or didn't respect who they
Yes.
were. And they passing themselves around to all of these people that weren't worthy. And it's just really heartbreaking when you see somebody that, and it's not just about the physical, it's spiritual as
Mm-hmm.
well.
And the emotional.
Right. And you see somebody that is obviously marked with
Mm-hmm.
gifts, but their self esteem is so low. They don't see themselves. They don't see the power. They don't see how large they truly are. They in their mind they're about this big.
Mm-hmm.
And it breaks my heart every time I meet somebody like that because everything beautiful about them is going to be destroyed
Yes.
by the things that they're attaching themselves
Mm-hmm.
to. And by the time that they been through enough in life to grasp a little bit of who they are, they not that same person no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That path to chew them, that path to chew them inside out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sad. That's why I get sad because I see it.
And it could come
It's
from your childhood too.
Yeah. Yeah.
it definitely most def. Look, that's where most of our self-esteem
Yeah.
issues come
Yeah.
from. Our
Yeah.
childhood, the things that we were put through during our childhood, or
Absolutely.
the things that we
Yeah.
experienced in our childhood.
Absolutely. And parents,
You
stop
know?
stop
So
speaking negative
if you
on their damn on
right,
over your kids.
Yeah. That's what I tell my daughter.
Like,
black women,
yes. Stop telling these boys they're gonna be just like their daddy. Their daddy wasn't shit when you got with them. You knew their daddy wasn't shit when you let him have
Exactly.
sex with you.
So yep.
But don't
Exactly.
disrespect your child by telling your child they ain't gonna be shit. That's crazy. You ain't shit
Yeah.
for telling your kids they ain't gonna be shit.
Exactly. You're
That is the
supposed to
most to me. That is the most
lift
you
them up.
disrespectful thing
Yes.
that you can do to your child. You ain't shit. You're
Yes.
gonna be just like your mom. You're gonna be just like your dad. But they were you not? Did you not screw them?
Right.
You didn't know how they was and
I'm gonna
had hunch in a
expound on
bunch.
Yes.
I'm gonna expound on that. Not only did you know this man wasn't shit when you met him, you knew he wasn't shit when you met
Right.
him. But then you decided I'm gonna have a couple of kids because that's gonna make his ass responsible. That's the biggest fucking lie that y'all
Played
tell to
yourself for a
yourselves,
They
and
dummy.
make
that is
them run.
always that's the beginning of the fucking
Yep.
end. It is. If he was an irresponsible deadbeat ass motherfucker before you got pregnant,
Exactly. Why did you do it?
why did y'all silly asses continue to think that that baby is gonna make that grown ass child responsible?
Exactly.
That is the dumbest shit
That's my daughter.
that a person could ever do, and black women, all women do it, but black women
Mm-hmm.
especially do that shit over and over
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
generation to generation.
Insanity.
And the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and
That's
expecting
what it's
a
about.
different result. So not only did you have kids by somebody that you knew wasn't man enough to take care of those kids, now because you can't control him, you gonna put him on child
Right.
support and destroy his fucking life.
Right.
But what you're not realizing is because of the fact that you destroyed that man and he can now no longer do for his kids, you just took something very important to the proper development of your kids out of their life
Mm-hmm.
because you were a silly bitch
Yes. Yeah.
You were a petty bitch.
Goofy.
Now you're a greedy bitch.
But I will say this:
And
To make it relatable and let's change.
there are some men who need the child support payment because
what
they
happened?
don't do what they need to
They
do for.
won't pay.
Yeah, they don't take care of their kids. So to me, like there are some men to me who, yeah, you need to pay child support because you ain't doing nothing for your kids. My son being one of them.
In certain
Like,
states,
What?
yeah.
and it's not ruining. And to me, I didn't ruin your life because at the end of the day, if you were simply the dad you should have been, we wouldn't even have to go through all this. But
Right.
that also tells a testament to the female that if you're gonna lay down and have sex with somebody, you better make sure they fit the agenda you trying to make them fit. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
think having a child by somebody who already treats you like shit is gonna make them change their mind, baby, you are sadly
Exactly.
mistaken. That speaks to your ego and to your low self-esteem.
Yeah. Exactly.
So no, I'm not gonna have a child with you when I already know you ain't worth my time as it is. I'm
No.
arguing with you now. What makes you think I ain't gonna argue with you even more as a daddy? You ain't home now. You outside now.
Right. Exactly.
So now I'm inside while you outside. And our child is just sitting there, where my dad? I want my dad. He outside.
Getting somebody else pregnant.
That part. So Peach, turn your show back over in your hands because I'm done.
Good
Oh
show.
Lord.
I am done for
Good
tonight.
show.
But truthfully, I hope somebody learned something tonight that is tuning in. I hope that I know we every week, we just some of the bluntest people you'll ever meet in the
Right.
podcast. We gonna learn one day how to be
Never.
socially correct. Um,
Never.
we're gonna learn to be civilized one day,
Lies.
but we're brutally honest, and we believe that it's tight, but it's right.
Right.
It hurts. Bitch, say ouch. Go get you some ointment and come back and take this ass. But the truth is the truth, and what bothers me is that we live in a generation where people cannot handle the truth.
They sugar. They want to be
If you
sugarcoated.
if you criticize them, they get offensive. If you give them accountability, they get offensive. If you tell them that the sky just looks black but it's really blue, they get offensive. If
Mm-hmm.
you go against their agenda, they get offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they live on the defense consistently. But this show tonight is why you are always on defense. You are not authentic with yourself.
Exactly.
And sometimes, one of my favorite scriptures say, anything that does not bear fruit, the Father cuts off. Sometimes you need to look at your own life and see what is not bearing fruit in your life and cut it.
Exactly.
Your foolishness, your fuckery, it ain't bearing fruit. You trying to be some shit that you ain't bearing fruit. Cut it. Destroy it. Get rid of it.
Right.
Because why would you want to continue to allow stuff to hinder you? For those who says, what does that mean? Why you keep letting stuff hold you back from where you supposed to be? You should have been to your destination. Your ass is still wandering.
Mhm.
It's like putting unleaded gas in a premium car. Bitch, you're not going to go far. Shit's going to break.
Yeah.
And it's going to start with your mindset. So I hope you guys learned something tonight. I hope you had a great time tonight.
Yes.
Those who have watched us on tonight, that has tuned in live, we thank you. Those who are going to catch the replay, we thank you even more. Play this shit again.
Yep.
In fact, call some people that you've been wanting to tell this shit to and send this shit to them. That's your challenge this week. It's some motherfuckers in your life. It's some people in your life that you've been really wanting to say, get your shit together. This ain't even who you are. You wasn't no hoe when I met you. We became friends because you was cool. Now you done got with Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Because you don't know who you are.
Push your poison.
You done picked up a whole any heartbreak.
Oh,
Get your
God.
shit
I
together.
am done. I am done.
Can't trust, can't trust a big butt and a smile.
That hoe is definitely poison, and they learned the hard way.
Oh, Lord. So did
So,
anybody
Cass, what
learn?
did you learn tonight?
Yeah, what did you learn?
Be my authentic self. That's what I love.
I've learned that it's nothing more healthy than being your authentic self.
Don't mask nothing.
Mm.
Mask off.
Teach what you learned tonight.
I learned that I am in the right space because I want to be around people that's their authentic self because it encourages me to be myself.
Right.
We're all encouraging each other to be the very best us. And anyone that's inauthentic would not be able to take this journey with us. They'll
Exactly.
just hold us back. So I'm in the right space
Yeah.
and I'm happy, and I'm going to be honest, I'm noticing changes in my own life and meeting
Right.
great people who are also
Yep.
Authentic.
authentically them. And that's a great space to be in.
Yes.
Makes a difference when I don't have to pretend to be something I'm not.
Exactly. Never.
So used to.
Because my mouth is always going to stay blunt.
That part.
Mine
But you know the
too.
thing that people don't
Hey,
understand is they don't know the hurt and the anger and the anguish people had to go through to get to where they are today. Like y'all, like people don't know how many times people had to bite their tongue and endure their own self-esteem issues after they bit their tongue to get to a point where I generally now just don't give a damn what you got to say, what you think, what you feel, what you hear, or what you heard. You know how many times I had to not whoop somebody's ass and be my good bougie ass self just so I wouldn't lose my credit of who the fuck I am for real.
Mm-hmm.
When everything in me said choke that hoe in front of her church,
uh,
go to
listen,
your
I'm trying
job
not
and
to
bust
laugh.
your ass, you know, and I took the L. But now I've gotten to a point that I will intelligently insult you and walk away with my head held high.
Right.
And that's if I don't call you a bitch first.
But you know those real subtle reads. Those are the ones that hurt.
Oh, they cut deep.
And then that walk off seals
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Just, yeah.
That's
Make
the
sure you
fingertip.
don't,
That's,
make sure that you don't
that's
turn
the
your back.
fingertip.
Don't turn your back to them. Don't
Gotta
turn your
watch
back.
Whitney because you gotta watch P. She got on her Whitney hair tonight.
Uh whatever you want from me.
Okay.
And I'm from East Orange.
Ow.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Not West Orange, East Orange.
So that was our show for tonight. I hope that everyone enjoyed it. Please leave your thoughts in the comments section for us to read
Share,
them.
share, share.
Share the live, share the love, share this with all your people. Tell them to become their authentic self. They'll kiss you for it, they'll kiss themselves, you know. I
Yes.
am loving this show. This was great. I
Yeah.
hope y'all tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. ish for In Black, where we talk about all subjects from our perspectives. Did y'all enjoy our perspectives? I know I did tonight. Who's
Yes.
I
hosting
did.
next week?
Zay.
I
Oh,
definitely
okay.
did.
So join us next week as we take this crazy ass journey with Zay.
This like
We don't know where we going, but I know we going somewhere funny as shit.
But
Lord.
that's the
oh,
part. That's the part was
I had
was
my
they
old fashioned.
never know where you going with Zay. And that's the fun part.
And it's funny as shit.
Indeed it
Yes,
Okay.
is.
absolutely.
Can't wait for this.
So until next time, I'm going to leave y'all with a music video from one of our sisters, Delacroix. It's hot popping. And I hope Tim puts on a performance August, what is it, the 6th to this
August the
song,
6th.
Soft and Feminine.
Yeah, we be there.
Not every one of us can Vogue and all that shit, okay?
I see, because you did a
That's
whole
a
Janet
myth
Jackson.
too. Yeah, that's a myth. That's a myth. Not all of us can do that. Y'all have a good night. See y'all next Tuesday.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a
Have a
good
good
one.
night, guys.
Night.
They tell you to be, live your life, be free. Are you ready for this? What they tell you to be, live your life, be free, free. They tell you to be, live your life, be free. What they tell you to be, live your life, be free, free. What they tell you to be, live your life, be free. I'm not soft and feminine, a show like mine. Pay close attention, I blow your mind. Give me this, that too. Strike the pose like it's 92. Givenchy and Prada boo. He bought one for me, I bought one for you. I'ma give the girls just what they want. A rich and classy bitch, oh yeah, that's cool. My hair, my nails alone, all the teeth. So step your pussy up if you gon' be like D. I wanna see you beat your face like this. I feelin' that you ooh, you just can't miss. Get you, you. Serve the pussy like I know you do. Give it grand pride, season. I make all the femme queens just wanna think twice. Cause I've got the face and I've got the lips. I've got the teeth and I've got the tits. I am the soft and the feminine way. If you don't know, you wanna learn today. Said I've got the face and I've got the lips. I've got the teeth and I've got the tits. I am the soft and the feminine way. If you don't know, you gonna learn today. Where my girls at tonight? Feeling it inside. Soft and it feels right. Feminine inside. Soft and feminine. Where my girls at tonight? Feeling it inside. Soft and it feels right. Feminine inside. My soft lace with my feminine strut. My soft eyes and my feminine touch. You want what you really want. I give it to you, but taste this feminine cut. Where my pretties? Look at this pretty cat. Don't get shy now cause you're up to bat. Say yes to, let me teach you a thing or two. Check my stats, bitch, I've been to school. Living my truth, I ain't just come, don't mind my attitude. We're here to make noise, all the girls and the femme queen boys. They tell you to be, live your life, be free. They tell you to be, live your life, be free, free. Where my girls at tonight? Feeling it inside. Soft and it feels right. Feminine inside. Soft and feminine. Where my girls at tonight? Feeling it inside. Soft and it feels right. Feminine inside. Soft and feminine. Oh girl, who is that Delacroix? Who? She ain't never had a song out. Oh girl, you better check the record, cause she's whack. Oh honey, don't think it was just some singles, honey. She done transitioned and gave it all to you, okay? Oh honey, she went up into the heavens and talked to Jesus. You gonna learn why she was a boy. Then she turned into a fabulous girl that's fabulous and pretty and sin. I know you had you mad cause now she has an album, darling. And you're gonna buy it. Your mama's gonna buy it, your daddy's gonna buy it. Your grandmama's gonna buy it, your ancestors are gonna buy it. Cause, alright, that's who's gonna buy it. Everybody's gonna buy it. So you better get into the tea cause it's the house of Delacroix, bitch. And bow down. Thank you. I am the soft and the feminine way. You gonna learn today.
To make it relatable and let's change.
Going is to give you inspiration.
Get inspired. Tune in to Hop the Series Wednesdays at 8 p.m.